The NBA All-Star Game was a travesty.
LeBron James is a fucking pussy.
The regular season has been meaning less and less.
The man got snubbed.
They don't care.
As we're talking about this with Hockey Game Better, I just want to go over one quick thing. How other sports are pretty much progressively getting worse.
That was going to be my next point, right? I think I mentioned it earlier. This was the first weekend without football. This was a massive weekend for both hockey and basketball, NHL and NBA to make a name for themselves, right? To really put the viewers on the map that football's done, it's our time now. We've talked about all the reasons on why the NHL has just slam dunked, and I mean to be the pun with basketball, slam dunked on the NBA. The NBA All-Star Game was a travesty.
Horrible.
A fucking travesty. The skills competition, me and you could have put up a more entertaining skills competition.
Honestly.
As soon as I saw Chris Paul and Wemby go in the skills competition, I turned the television on. That's disgraceful.
It's fucking horrible. Like, all right, let me just, because I would say I watch a little more basketball than you.
You go.
Okay. Let me start off with this. First of all, I want to say one thing, and I'm starting off by saying this. I would never say this normally. LeBron James is a fucking pussy.
Oh, here we go.
This stupid motherfucker. Mind you, I love him. I grew up watching him. He's my MJ. But the fact that he said, all right, I'm questionable for an All-Star game. You're questionable for an All-Star game. Don't play. If you feel a little soreness, don't play and let someone else play. Instead, this fucking gigantic pussy said in a press conference, yeah, I'm not going to be suiting up for tonight. Are you fucking kidding me?
And then on top of that, on your point, right? Look, I love LeBron too. He's probably the greatest NBA player of all time. Definitely in our lifetime.
Yes.
100%.
Yes.
On top of that, he goes and takes a picture with the rest of the team in street clothes before the game.
I saw that. I wanted to go to San Francisco and beat the living shit out of him.
But that's just something that shouldn't happen from the face of the NBA, right? You have to be less selfish than that and have somebody else come in your place. Maybe a younger guy who's just coming up in the league who may not have another opportunity to make an All-Star game.
LaMelo Ball. The man got snubbed. He should be in that fucking All-Star game. Instead, he was sitting next to his brother listening to fucking Tweaker. This is fucking... It's... I don't understand this, how the NBA, they had the best thing in the world, the dunk contest. Everyone loves to watch it. And just every fucking year, it just takes a gigantic donkey shit. Every year. Fuck, don't get me wrong, Mac McClung is saving it. A little bit. He's jumping over Kias. He's doing 360. He's doing his job. But all these other nobodies need to get the fuck out of the dunk contest. And another thing I need to keep on going. I had some in my head. I need to let Sal.
Keep going.
LeBron, he's also a big pussy for not being in the dunk contest. When he was young, he should have won in the fucking dunk contest. And because he's the reason. He's the reason why Giannis, Ja Morant, Jalen Green, well, he was in it before. Jalen Green, Zion, all these other big dunkers aren't in it. Anthony Edwards, do the dunk contest. It's for entertainment. But the only side I see why they don't do it is because there's no benefits in doing it. The NBA is so rich. You could play in Abu Dhabi. You could play in fucking Japan. Just fucking pay to win the dunk contest. Do something.
Well, to be fair, they do offer a prize to win the dunk contest.
All right, what is it? A fucking handshake?
Look, it's not a lot. I think it's like $100,000. But at the same time, for a guy like McClung, he's made more in the dunk contest in his career than his actual career earnings.
Which is sad, by the way. Which is very sad.
I don't know if it's sad.
No. It's sad. It's not sad for him. It's like sad to see that's how he's making his income. The NBA saying, "All right, Mac McClung, you brought us some viewership. Come back." They're only bringing him in for that.
Look, I think the major disappointment when it came to the NBA All-Star Game, and it's been happening for years now, right? This is not just a this year thing. It's the competitiveness. It really is. These players, when they go into it, and it showed in the skills competition, it shows all the time in the NBA All-Star games, or now that they have this NBA tournament All-Star game, which who gives a fuck? They don't care. Nobody plays defense. They're just shooting up half-court shots. They're not like it's not like they're playing an actual game, right? Which is why I think they lost a lot of viewers to the NHL for that exact reason. You flip the channel and you turn on the NHL. These guys are fucking fist fighting in an exhibition game for their country. Like, this is the biggest difference between the two sides, and that's why the NHL dominated the weekend, and that's why the NBA flunked the weekend.
Yeah. You want to know what's so crazy? The highlight, in my opinion, of the NBA All Star Weekend is the Mr. Beast challenge in the commercial.
Yeah, the half court shot.
That was electric. Seeing a kid with the buzzer going off, making a shot for $100,000.
Yep. Look, it's just a shame because a lot of people do love the NBA, and I think the NBA has definitely been going a little bit downhill over the last few years, just because, for lack of a better term, like the regular season has been meaning less and less in the NBA, right? You have your set teams, you have your shit teams, and then when it comes to playoff time, the first rounds are usually just destruction. And then you actually start having some serious competition come the quarterfinals and semifinals,
Yeah.
which I think is an ongoing issue at the NBA, right? It's nice for me to see, right? Because I've always been an NHL fan. And I think they're finally getting the recognition they deserve because people are finally realizing how much of a fucking awesome sport it is, especially when the games are this competitive. And I don't think people realize it as much as they do now. Most of the games are like this, right? The NHL is by far the most competitively balanced league in all of sports.
Oh yeah, by far.
Every single game, the underdog has a chance to win, especially in the playoffs. It's not every year the President's Trophy winner, who, by the way, for anybody who doesn't watch the NHL, is the team that finishes with the best record in the league. They don't win almost never. I think the last President's Trophy team to win the Stanley Cup was like 6 years ago, which is just astounding. I'm gonna take a look at it to fact check myself. 2013.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm going to start that over again, right? Most of the time in the NBA, when you finish it, first of all, the last I think fact check me on this, editor, but I'm almost 100% certain I'm right. The last 30 NBA championship winners have been 1, 2, or 3 seeds in their conference. That is unreal. I am 99% sure that is accurate. And then when you look at the flip side, the 1 seed in the NHL, the last time a President's Trophy winner, the best team in the NHL, record and point wise, won the Stanley Cup was the 2012-2013 season. That's the competitive balance that I'm talking about here, right? Anybody can win the Stanley Cup if you make it to the playoffs and you get hot. You cannot say the same about the NBA.
Oh no 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 no.
You just can't. The 8 seed, the 7 seed, the 6 seed, the 5 seed, and the 4 seed have proven time and time again in each conference they will not and cannot win the NBA championship.
Yeah.
And it's disappointing.
It's disgraceful. The NBA is starting to piss me the fuck off.
It's disappointing, but at the same time, I'm a happy camper because my beautiful sport of NHL gets more recognition, and I'm very happy that so many eyeballs are on it. And I pray to God, and we're gonna talk about the viewership after the fact, but I guarantee you on Thursday night, prime time, ESPN, USA versus Canada, it's gonna have more than 10 million viewers.
I love how this game how it's on a Thursday. Like it's not we don't have to wait. They're like this. All right, we need to get this out so we can start up the season again. I think it's Saturday.
The season starts right away on Saturday.
But there's obviously I just shit on the NBA. I don't want a fucking league to escape. The NFL, what they did, actually is I might be a little depressed from it. I saw a clip the other day and I almost cried. I saw obviously the famous clip of Sean Taylor absolutely annihilating a quarterback in a Pro Bowl. I was like, huh, when was the last time this happened?
look, the issue with all these sports, right? The NHL, even their All-Star game is starting to get a little bit where the players don't care as much. But however, they're definitely them in baseball still are definitely the top tier where players actually play. But the NBA and the NFL consistently over the last 10 to 15 years has just continuously not their players just not given a shit about the Pro Bowl and the All-Star game. They just don't care. And they go into it. I mean, for fuck's sake, the NFL has it's not even a Pro Bowl anymore. It's a flag football game, Derek.
I could watch a Pop Warner flag football game.
I mean, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Like back then, people used to have these players used to have pride against going against the best players in their respective sport, right? They would lay it out there on the line for everybody to see that out of the best players, I'm the best. They don't give a shit anymore. They're throwing lobs from half court. Curry's over here shooting threes from the logo almost every possession. Fucking you have Carl Anthony Towns shooting from the logo. What are we doing here?
That pissed me. When I saw Cat pull up from half, I'm like, get the fuck out. Sit on the bench.
And then on not that we're not going to get into the NFL, but a flag football game. Go fuck yourself, Roger Goodell.
Oh my god, he's a stupid fuck. I hate him. But real quick, and there's also one thing. This is the only credit I want to give to the NBA, and it's one player specifically, Victor Wembanyama. I respect that young kid very much because he was actually. You could see he was actually trying. He was stretching for warm-ups. He was doing his little thing, like he was doing like he was doing between the leg dunks during the practice. He was having fun, but he was actually trying. He wanted to win the MVP. And it's good to see a young player like him, damn near not even 21, can't even drink alcohol in fucking the States, but is able to do that. That's the only positive I'll say.
People can learn from it.
Yeah, I hope. I really.
It, it means stuff to these young kids because maybe not in Wembanyama's case because he's going to be back here multiple times, but some of these kids, like when you make an All-Star game for the first time, it may be your only time.
Yeah.
So you want to show out your abilities, and I think that's where a lot of these get lost because the older players in the league, Curry, LeBron, KD, Kyrie, all these different players, they don't give a shit anymore about these games.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to talk about this depression and this horrible sport anymore. So we're going to go
Yep.
back to hockey. We're going to have a little more fun.